If I should die before I wake. Chapter 1. Hillary. She's looking at me. She's looking at me like she knows me. It's the armband. She must have seen it when they carried me in. People see my armband, and right away they think they know me, know all about me. They don't know crap. I know her, though. I don't need any armband to tell me about her. It's written all over her what she is. She's still looking at me. That's her kind. Looking at me like she knows me. Hey, you don't know me. So don't look at me like you do. You think that with that grandma look, you're going to undo me and find some sweet young thing hiding behind my armband? What you see is what you get. It's all you get. You're just like my mother and the Rev, and them all. Like any second, I'm going to change back into that nothing of a girl I used to be and open my arms and say, I love you. I love you all. Forget it. I'm not some Barbie doll in a beauty contest. Screw it. That's not me. Never was. That's just who they want me to be. And why? For who? Huh? You want to know who I am? I'm the worst possible thing that could happen to someone like you. And if I weren't trapped or strapped or wrapped or whatever the hell I am, I'd show you. See, 'cause I know you. I know who you are. I can tell a mile away, Jew lady. Yeah, I know you. What you doing here anyway? You some kind of guard? You here to see I don't beat the crap out of some sick Jew? This is a Jewish hospital, isn't it? What a joke on me, right? Having a motorcycle accident in some heave town and coming here to a freaking Jew hospital? Yeah, I remember that all right. Dr. Bergenstein Burger or something, right? All of you have those look at me kind of names. Those so very Jewish names. So you can recognize each other without having to fart first. Can't you speak or what? Nah, you're just like the others. Can't talk to someone like me, someone from the side of the tracks. You think you're better than me? You're nothing. Nothing. Hey, don't look at me, lady. Yeah, now that's better. You ever hear of us? Huh? White power? Lady. We never come crashing against your door in the middle of the night? Maybe a rock through your window? Yeah, I know. Kid stuff. We got the whole Hebe neighborhood quaking in their stinking, stringy sideburns once. We sure did. Redesigned their whole frickin' cemetery. By the time we got through it, it looked like some bloody massacre took place there. Yeah, I spray painted everything in sight. So it's like airy, white power Goldsmith. And then a big red swastika under the rest in peace business they write. Yeah, I bet they aren't resting in peace anymore in that stinking place. Made the front of the page of the newspaper, too. Not our local paper. That small-town crap wiper. But the freaking Philadelphia Inquirer. How about that? And that's nothing compared to what Brad and Billy H. and Chucky B. did last night or yesterday or whenever the hell this accident happened. Hey, picture it. They dress up like Bozo and Clown, all three of them, and kidnap this Jew boy. Wrestle him to the ground in the woods, back of the library. Only dumb old Simon Schulman would be at the library till closing time on a Saturday night. He'd been there the past 3 Saturdays, so it was practically guaranteed he'd be there again this time and taking the shortcut home through the woods. Of course. Lazy Jew. See what being lazy gets you? Always he comes out dressed in these pants that I swear don't reach down to the top of his ankles. He's got these skinny black suspenders on. Like he's afraid his pants might slip an inch and maybe he'd look normal. Of course he always has on his little beanie cap Saturday nights. The hypocrite. He wears the thing every freaking morning climbing on the bus. But soon as he sits his butt down and his mommy's out of sight, off it comes. If he really believes in those beanies, why the hell is he always taking his off? I'll tell you why. No balls. Jews have no balls. That's what Brad says, and he's right, too. You know what Brad and them did with him? It's a riot, it really is. I only wish I could have been there to see old Simon's face. Girls aren't allowed to do those kinds of things in a group. But I would if I could. I would if I could. Simon's on my school bus, lives right behind me anyway. He'd recognize me. But Brad and them? They've been out of school a couple of years already. Hey, but I'm the one who chose him as our victim. I did that all right. So they stuffed him in one of those big orange lockers they got in the boys' locker room at school. He's pint-sized anyway, just like all Jews. Tiny little monkeys, what they are. Tiny little crooks. Brad said old Simon had his fist flying all over the place like he thought he had a chance. Cut his face on the edge of the locker as they were stuffing him in. Hey, I know what you're thinking. Poor little boy. Poor pitiful little boy. He's 13, okay? That's not so young. He can take it. Don't look at me with that shame on you look. You don't know Grandma. He's all right. Even if we were on spring break, Brad said. He was screaming loud enough to wake the dead. So what anyway? I don't care. I don't care about him or anyone except Brad. Brad, now he knows me inside and out. He's the only one. Where is he anyway? He get hurt? Huh? You gonna talk to me, Jew lady? Look at me. Jews are always looking at the ground. Brad says it's 'cause they're always looking for pennies. Rich Jews. Rich bitch Jews. What do you need to be scumming for pennies for? I don't like the way you're looking at me. Don't pity me. Hey, don't pity me. Why do people always do that? All my life, people are always pitying me. Teachers, they're the worst. They give you that simpering look and then come up and put their arm around you like they're your best buddy. They don't know me. They don't know what I'm thinking. Like when my father died, when a whole freaking office building my father was working on collapsed and crushed him to death because his Jew boss was doing some dirty dealing with the construction. What did they know about how I felt? Nobody knew. But my teacher figures she knows all about it and says, Nancy dear, why don't you go sit next to poor Hillary? That's a good girl. And then when Nancy settled next to me, with her snooty nose flipped up towards the ceiling like a pop-top, Miss Doyen adds, now boys and girls, I want you all to be extra nice to our little Hillary Burke today. Something very sad has happened to her father. So of course, at play period, every kid in the freaking school is asking me what happened. That's how understanding that bitch was. Yeah, she really cared. So what anyway, right? All the hell I ever wanted was to have people leave me alone. If she had really understood, she would have at least known that about me. So how come I can't see anything but you? Huh? Can't see my freaking body? I can't even move. Know what you look like? Like some old bag lady that slept on her face pressed into the cracks of a sidewalk all night. Yeah, it's true. Some gray old bag lady. Where is everyone? Where's Brad? You know, you can tell me that at least, can't you? Screw it. He'll be here. He'll come. And wait till you see him. He's got eyes the color of blue ink and the biggest shoulders like rocks. Hard, you know. I remember the first time I really got a good look at him. Yeah, I was spying on them one night down in Hack's basement, peeking through the window. Well, hey, all that yelling I was always hearing when they'd go marching down my street, what'd you expect, right? I had to follow them, see where they were going. So what do I see but like 10 of those major hunks all with their shirts off and they're standing in a circle and one of them's got a hefty set of weights on his shoulders and the others are counting while the guy tries to lift it over his head. I recognized Hack and a couple of the others because they went to my school a couple years back. But this one guy, Brad, only time I'd seen him was out in front of a 7-Eleven where he once actually winked at me. Then when I started walking away, eating my stupid donut, I could tell he was watching me. Really, I could feel his eyes on my back. Anyway, when they rolled the weights over to Brad, he picked them up like it was marshmallows on either end of a toothpick, I swear. And he does like 17 lifts more than any of the other guys. When he passes it over to the next guy, Mick, I can see that this body doesn't look so hot. He picks up the weights, and the others start counting. And it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. His legs are shaking like he's trying to steady an earthquake. And the weights are lopsided. One side could about to conk on his head. He loses it after 6, and everyone jumps back and let the weights crash to the floor. Then it gets really weird. Mick starts backing away, and all the others around without any signal. They get into the line facing him and start stalking toward him. Then Mick starts crying, swear to God. And when his back comes up against the table, he turns around, pulls down his pants, and bends over. Yeah, really. And then Hack pulls out his long, stringy whip thing, and they each have a go at Mick, with Brad being last and whipping him 17 times. Then Mick pulls his pants back up, turns around to face the others, and wipes his nose. He raises his right arm straight out in front of him, palm down, with his fingertips almost touching Brad's chest, and he starts shouting, "Hail Hitler! Hail Hitler!" The way he said it, man, like he wasn't just 5 seconds ago bent over having the blood whipped out of him. He stood so tall. And the others, they all together do this turnaround thing with their feet so they're facing the same way. And they all raise their hands and join him. Hail Hitler! Hail Hitler! Then they put their arms on each other's shoulders and they're shouting. Strength through unity. Power through hate. Kill Jews. Kill Jews. Kill Jews. And I'm there down on my knees under a frickin' bush that smells like cat pee, trying to figure out how I'm going to manage to get up enough courage to say something clever next time I see the steamy guy with rocks for shoulders. Hey, I won't forget that night in a hurry. Yeah, he'll come get me all right. We stick together, us warriors. You'll see. Bet you he didn't even get hurt. I go flying off that motorcycle and whizzing through the air like a stone from a slingshot, and what I hit? Something? I know that, 'cause it felt like my whole body just shattered into a million pieces at once. I remember that. I sure do. And then snap! Everything goes blank, like at the end of a videotape when the movie's all over. Well, I'm here now. I'm alive. Right? Hey, where are you going? Well, good riddance to you. You finally took the hint. Only a Jew would stand there like a dummy and listen to someone insult them, and then look at that person like she's the one to be pitied. Only a Jew would do that. Only a dumb Jew. Hey, yeah, dumb Jew. Get it? Dumb, a person who can't speak. That's you, all right, dumb Jew. Wait a minute. Hey, come back here. What's going on? What's happening? I'm spinning. I'm spinning backward. All around me is black. I see the old lady. Through this pinhole of a light, I see her. I see her face just for an instant before falling farther away, before spinning backward again, head over heels, away.